Hello, YouTube. Welcome to Bub's World. This is Bub, your host, and I'm very excited to tell you about the good time I had on Saturday at the Lexington Comic and Toy Convention. Saturday. It was cool. The timing wasn't enough time. I kind of cheaped out because I wanted to have more money for books, and I knew I had already been there Thursday. And although I knew I didn't even see half the convention on Thursday, I was really only hunting wall books. So on Saturday, it felt like I really wish I had had maybe 2 more hours or 3 more hours. The convention only ran on Saturday evening. For the evening ticket, it was only $2. I mean, $20 from 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock. That's only 3 hours. And I definitely could have used at least another 2. So at that point, I would have been there pretty much the whole time of the convention. Maybe that would have been better. I didn't think of that ahead of time. Usually I don't have that much going on and I'm like, oh, it's not a big deal. I just pick up a couple extra books. But this time there seemed to be a lot more comic vendors that didn't show up on Thursday. And I had no idea. Of course, when you're there Thursday, you think, well, this is all there is. And they're supposed to contractually, I believe, with the venue to be open the entire time, including Thursday night, especially the vendors. And I can tell you for sure that they weren't, because there were lots of booths that when Jambo was with me on Thursday night, we went by and they would just have like 20 pops laid out on a 6-foot table. It's like, I don't know what that's supposed to be, but then like no one manning the booth. I'm like, I don't know what that is. And you just keep walking. But when I went back Saturday, those booths, the pops were cleared out or moved, and there was tons of comics. So there are a lot more comics, at least double, if not more, the comics on Saturday that were available on Thursday. That's never happened before. Every other time I've ever gone, it was everybody's there Thursday and you see the same people there Saturday, and I always felt like I wasted time. So this was the first time I ever cut my Saturday short and went cheap and went for the $20 evening ticket. I'm not going to say I regretted it because I got so much cool stuff, but it would have been nice to have a couple more hours at the convention. Didn't happen this time, but let's see what I got on the Saturday haul. Whoop, whoop. All right, let's make me small and get to the haul. Yo, there it goes. All right, there's my little ticket thing there. We'll stick that over here. This will look much better in post editing. All right, Saturday. All right, so first off, this was a book on my want list. Every time I see somebody show off Star Trek books, I'm always like, I'm looking for number 55. So like I said, I started in the back of the room and worked my way forward this time. And sure enough, I found Star Trek number 55. Now, I only did this once in the whole convention, and I'm glad I did, but it comes with some caveats. And that is that I shopped at a booth that was non-alphabetized. Holy schmoly, do I hate that. My goodness, you're sitting there, you're digging through the long box, and it's just so random. And the guy had like 30 long boxes, and they were all random, but they were all keys or higher priced books. It's not like I was digging through dollar books, but man, there would be a $5 book, then a $160 book, and then another $10 book. You're like, what is going on? Like, the pricing was all over the place. Not that they were bad prices for what you were getting, but who's gonna find that book? It was, and so the guy was really helpful. He was really nice. And when I picked up this Star Trek 55, it's because he had some wall books and he had some Star Trek books on there, and I was digging through them trying to see what the prices and which ones he had to see if there was a 55. So he asked me point blank, he says, are you looking for something in particular? I see you looking at some Star Trek books. I said, actually, I'm looking for a Star Trek 55. And he said, which I just like the cover. There's nothing key about it. I just like the cover. And it's one of the more expensive ones in the run for some reason. Maybe other people like it as well as I do. And he said, actually, I just bought an entire collection, the entire Star Trek run, except for issue number 1. Right, the guy kept issue number 1. He said, I just bought it last week. I haven't put them all out yet. So he actually had a box of all the Star Trek, every single one of them. And there was number 55, plucked it out. He already had them priced, and he even gave me a better deal than that. So that kept me shopping. So I was like, okay, well, clearly he has stuff that I'm interested in. So I just kept digging. But man, it is so exhausting to go through a booth when it's not alphabetized. Please, dealers, alphabetize, because I spent probably 40 minutes at this booth and only walked away with what, 3 books. So yeah, I'm happy to have those 3 books. And one was one I was after. I hadn't found it at the convention up till then, but it's like, man, it just seemed like it took way too long to get just 3 books. So as to not waste your time and taking too long to show you these 3 books, we got Star Trek number 55. Next up, we got Wonder Woman number 229. Check that out. Man, that is killer. You got the Nazi symbols and the rocket of doom. You got some bondage with Wonder Woman. Look at that. The Red Panzer returns, hell bent on revenge. Look at the Red Panzer. Oh man, little Nazi robot. That is just too cool. I couldn't pass it up. I didn't even know this book existed. Sometimes you see a book and you're like, how come I didn't know that was out there? It's too cool, man. I love it. Everything about it's just killer. Oh, bad guy. I couldn't get any more evil than a Nazi robot. I mean, what more do you want from a bad guy than a Nazi robot? You know, that's so good. So I just thought it was fantastic. Absolutely love everything about it. Now, it's funny is later on, I came by another booth that had the same book for half the price, but the condition of this is fantastic. I'd say it's at least probably a fine minus if I had to throw a quick guess out there, maybe pressable into a fine. Very nice copy of the book, and the other one was kind of ragged out, and overall still a very good price for that book. That book's actually fairly expensive, and I found 2 copies of it on the cheap, and of course this one, the better one. I'm glad I picked it up. And then this guy, just out of totally random, like this guy didn't have any golden age. Everything was silver and bronze, and that was it. He said pretty much you'll find nothing. He said everything here is from 1965 to like 1990, and nothing past that. Everything was solidly in that run. I was like, okay, that's fine. And I pull this out. Golden Age Wonder Woman number 36. This ain't from 1965. I think it might be back in the 40s. I'll show the little thing up here, but man, and I couldn't pass it up. He gave me a good deal on it, so I picked up these 3 books, bundled them together, and I ended up paying, in my mind, between the bundle, like 20 bucks for this. And if you tell me I can get a Golden Age Wonder Woman in that kind of condition for 20 bucks, I'm your Huckleberry all day long. Then, across the way, after I was complaining, because he's like, keep looking, but I'm telling you guys, my back was killing me already, and I had only been there for 30 minutes, and digging through those long boxes, unalphabetized, just hoping for random crap. My back was killing me. And you say, oh, Bub, but if they were alphabetized, you might not have found these. That's not true, because I always go to W for Wonder Woman every place I go. And I've been looking for that Star Trek book for a long time. So every time I go to the S's, I go to the W's. So I would have found these books if they were alphabetized, and I could have been in and out of there lickety split. Instead, it took forever. So I felt bad because after complaining to the guy, because he kept saying, oh, keep looking, there's more stuff. I'm like, I'm tired, man. I can't do it. And I wanted to go to a place where they were alphabetized so I could spend my time more wisely. And so I went to right across the booth. Right, he kind of looked at me when I left. I was like, "Hey, man, you know, what do you want from me? You know, I'm doing the best I can." So anyway, I went to the booth across, and this guy, he had some Aquaman. Actually, it was the same booth that I picked up the ASM 16 from the last haul, and the Thor 126 or whatever it is from the last haul as well. So he had some old Aquaman. I'm trying not to act like I'm collecting this whole Nick Cardy run, because some of the covers are amazing and others are just okay, but none of them are bad. But there's just too many of them. So look, we're doomed. Aquaman is not only in love with that space siren, he's let her change him into an alien like herself. Oh man, look at that. Look at that alien hair. Yeah, she's working it. Her mirror don't look too bad too. Aqualad, we'll just let him drown. See if I care. So there you go. Aquaman number 16. And then next, look at this beauty. Holy moly, man, Nick Cardy. And what's funny is because I'm not a huge fan of Nick Cardy's horror stuff. Actually, I think it kind of falls flat. It's a little too cartoony. It doesn't scare me the way I want to be scared by horror covers. But his superhero work, I think, is fantastic. So, but he gets more fame for the kind of the, you know, for the other runs that he's in. But this Aquaman run is just it's just fire all the way through. So Aquaman number 48. And check out that damsel in distress there. That is just amazing, man. Nick Cardy showing the skills. Good on you, buddy. And then he had another cool Wonder Woman book. Look at this. Isn't that awesome? I said you couldn't get any better than a Nazi robot, but man, that alien with the brain exposed is pretty tough to beat. The startling secret of inversion. The Inside Out Man. Look at that. That is killer. And at first I was like, man, it's a shame that they're not showing more of Wonder Woman because it would have been cool to see her in that whole tube. But then when I saw all the detail in this kind of like thrown across thing here, Tales of the Amazons, Naked Steel in a source or whatever realm, dawn of history, whatever the heck it says. But look at those ladies look fantastic. So I can't be mad at it for not showing all of Wonder Woman when they gave us all that pretty stuff to look at. I'm not mad at them. And then a book I've been looking for, also on my want list. It's amazing how many books got pulled off my want list. Like 10 books off my want list easily. Boom, the Mayleave or whatever his name is, Alex Mayleave, I think it is. Wonder Woman cover. I've been hunting for this one for a while. It comes up for sale every now and then. Sometimes people want like 20 bucks for it. Sometimes it's just 10 bucks, but I've never found it in the $4 to $5 range. And the deal that this guy had going on was it was 5 books for 20 bucks. And you know, when stuff like that happens, I don't even argue about the price. I just pay the 20 bucks. So there's 1 Aquaman, 2 Aquaman, Wonder Woman, that's 3 books. Here's the 4th book. And like I said, total on that was 20 bucks, including this one, which is Adam Hughes. I always like to pick up Adam Hughes when I'm at a convention. I can't help myself. So there's Adam Hughes, Sensation Comics featuring Wonder Woman number 4. I could have sworn I had this book already, but I think what happens is that I keep missing it in auction. Like I keep trying to buy this book and haven't been able to buy it. So very happy to have it. And I know that I've missed out on this book for 20 or 30 bucks before. So super glad to have it at this price. So was it five bucks, 20 bucks, or 4 bucks a book? Heck yeah, man, all day. Then I was circling around the corner and I found a guy that had a bunch of dollar books and they were in a little bit rougher condition, but he had a ton of them. I was like, oh yes, okay. So I picked up, started working on my Catwoman run, picked up Catwoman number 59. If you guys remember from the last haul, I'm pretty close on finishing these off. So I got number 59. I got number 63. The great Joker cover. I don't know why this one's been so hard to track down, but this one, I know whenever the Joker's on a cover, it gets tougher to get. But look at that, Jim Balin, killing it. That's just awesome. Look at that Catwoman. That's exceptional. He knows what he's doing. So I picked those up, and that's all I got from him. But so you'll see in the last haul that I got a couple of Catwoman books as well, and I paid like $4 for those. They were real high grade. These are mid grade. They're not bad copies by any stretch, but they were all loose, so you never knew what you were getting. And no bags, no boards. But he had 2 of the books that I had just purchased on Thursday for $1 a piece, and I paid like $4 a piece for them on Thursday. So that happens. You dig around the con enough, you'll see the same book twice, and you'll be mad at yourself if you pay more. But the other ones were in good condition. Next booth I was at, he had some Spider-Woman. Trying to finish my Spider-Woman one. I was only missing 3 books. So Spider-Woman number 34. Look at that, coming at you. Number 35, he had. So that was 2 of them, and I was so upset. I was like, man, I'm just missing 1. And these were like in a markdown. I think they were just a few bucks each. And I was just missing 1 left, number 37, to finish off that run. And I'm only missing number 40 to finish off my Catwoman run. So real close on that. So at this point, I'm only missing 1 book. And then he's like, wait on, let me check. And he pulled out of the special higher price books. He wanted 20 bucks for number 37. Oh, wait, there it is. Did I pay him? No, I didn't pay him 20 bucks for this. It's sun faded. It's got like some transfer ink on it. Like, I'm not paying 20 bucks for that. And like I just said in the other video, man, don't argue about the price. There's no way I would have said no Spider-Woman is worth 20 bucks, save for maybe number 1. Instead, I said, if this was in perfect condition, I would agree with you. However, considering the sun fade over here and the ink transfer there, I I really think that it belongs in the bin where the rest of these were. These are in better condition than this. And this guy was like pricing based on appearances. So this had Juggernaut on the cover, and it had, you know, Banshee, I guess, or Lady Banshee. I don't know what's going on there. And it had Nick Fury on the cover. And he was like, oh, it's got Nick Fury on it, so that's why I think it's worth more. I was like, okay. I never heard of a price guide work like that. But anyway, I was able to bring him back down to earth to join the rest of us. And so there it was. Spider-Woman 34, 35, and 37. And Spider-Woman run is complete. Set the fireworks off. Just super happy to have that. And it couldn't be, you know, more pleased as punch to have that. Very, very happy. I was coming back around, saw another great little table. And he had a lot of keys, but he was, you know, he was wanting like $10 for everything at his booth. And you could tell he hadn't sold very much. So I pulled this book out, Wonder Woman 160, where she's battling Clayface. So Clayface, which is funny because I picked up 161 also in the same storyline with Clayface on Thursday. You'll remember that's an Adam Hughes cover as well. So I picked up this Clayface 1, Wonder Woman 0. Isn't that cute? And she looks like she's mud wrestling, but it's actually Clayface goop, right? And who wouldn't want to see that? That looks fantastic. Very cool. Adam Hughes killing it. And I got it for like $8. So, and that usually is a $10 to $20 book. It's one of the more expensive ones in the Adam Hughes run, I guess, because guys think it looks like mud wrestling or something. I don't know. But it's very cool. And I really wanted to have that. I have some of that Adam Hughes Wonder Woman run, but I didn't have this one. And the ones that I do have are the more kind of expensive ones. And I got a couple of the cheap ones, but happy to have this one. So if I'm going to spend the money, I want it to be on one of the better ones. Not just because it's Adam Hughes, but because it's good Adam Hughes. See, there's good and bad. All right. So then this was a huge deal. I'm going through, I'm running out of time. I only have about 30 minutes left. The convention, and out of the corner of my eye, I spot a booth that had some Golden Age on the wall. And there was actually a lot of Golden Age at the convention overall. I was surprised, more than I remember ever seeing before. But I know this booth wasn't there on Thursday. It's one of those booths that they must have come late or only set up on Friday or something. I know it wasn't there because I would have seen he had tons of Planet Comics. You guys know I'm digging those, picking those up like gangbusters. So I know he wasn't there or I would have stopped. But anyway, because there were wall books and I stopped everywhere that had wall books on Thursday. So anyway, he had a ton of Golden Age books. He had a whole collection of pulps. So I picked up this Planet Stories, which of course is the precursor to Planet Comics. So this is the, I just thought it was cool. I mean, I just couldn't help myself. I just thought it was cool. So I picked it up. I don't think there's anything special about it other than the cool cover. And he had a ton of pulps, but this was the one that I thought was the best. It got the prize for me, for the best one he had. And they were like $10 a piece. So I wasn't complaining about that. And then, get this. This dude had like 2 short boxes of all Golden Age books that were $3 a piece. $3 a piece for Golden Age books. When I told Jambo later, he called me a liar. He didn't believe me. I'm telling you, $3 a piece for Golden Age books. Man, I was trying to get this guy's social security number so I could track him down every show he goes to. I was like, what's your story? And he told me that him and his wife, you know, I don't know if they live in an RV or they just go travel around, but basically they're retired and they travel around to all these different conventions selling Golden Age books. I was like, sounds like they're living the dream. Like, sounds great. So now this one wasn't Golden Age. I picked it up but it was still in the $3 section. So I'll show it off real quick just because it had a killer cover. Brave and the Bold, number 87. Check out that, The Widowmaker. And that was Wonder Woman during her Diana Prince days, I think. And look at that. But what's hilarious to me, other than the super dynamic cover, I mean, this is killer. Absolutely killer Silver Age art. But then it's like, Batman is driving a car that says Wayne Sports all up and down the side of it. Like, what's he doing? Like, I always want to read it just to see how he explains why he's driving a car with his real name on it. Like, that's just hilarious. Like, I bet it'll be like Superman having a Clark Kent tattoo on his arm or something, you know? Like, what the hell is he thinking? So anyway, Batman being real sneaky. I guess he figures since he's the world's greatest detective, the rest of us don't have a freaking clue, right? That's great. But to the Golden Age, this guy had Smiling Jack. I forget which number. I'll put it up there or whatever. But look at that. Isn't that great? Now, these were all low grade. And when I say low grade, I mean low grade. So I did everything I could to spruce some of these up. But look at that. Smiling Jack. He ain't smiling, but it's because somebody just shot through his windshield. So Smiling Jack was a aviation book from the Golden Age. And he was a character, aviation character of the Golden Age. I don't pick up a lot of funny animals. You see, I pick up some indie pandas every now and then. But if I am going to pick up some funny animals, they're going to say funny animals on it. So here's Fawcett's Funny Animals number 32 with an awesome date stamp on there. October 10th. Very cool. And you see Shazam Bunny or whatever his name is. And it's on the approved reading list. So you got all these it's like a pirate themed one. And Shazam Bunny's popping out of the treasure chest. So good for him. He thinks he's that great. You know, I like my tip tops. Here's some Fritzy Ritz for you. Look at that. Tip top number 98. That's early. It says, how do you like my new rubber suit? I think that's Nancy or whatever her name is. And you see she's stuck on a nail. So that rubber suit, she's going to go ping and get snapped right back to the pole. But Fritzy Ritz is no more worried about it than I would be. And look at that. Isn't that some great Golden Age good girl art right there? Very nice. For $3, you say. And he had like, there's a Bronco Bill run I'm going to show here in a minute. And he had, I feel like almost the whole run, save for just a few. So I picked out the ones that were more good girl art oriented. So here's Bronco Bill number 8. I think there's only like 8 books total of this run. And it starts at like number 6 or something and goes on. You know how the publishing can be with Golden Age. So Bronco Bill, check that out. Isn't that great? Look at him with his little flare bee embroidered jeans. He's getting it done, man. But look, he's shooting 2 guns blazing from around her. She's like, whoa, better be careful there, Bronco Bill. And then here's another one. Number 6. Sorry about going out of order. Look at that. Isn't that a great little Golden Age? Look, he's shooting over his shoulder there. Holding on to her. Horses in distress. Very cool. Little red dress distress, as old DS Comics likes to say. $3 for each of these. Then we got Nancy, number 65. Some more Fritzy Ritz action. I guess I blew too hard. So, you know, it's a good book. That would be better. Like if that that would be too good, I guess. But you know, whatever. It's a kid's book. So there you go. Ernie Bushmiller knocking it out of the park. Fritzy Ritz. I'm not going to turn that down for $3. And the best book that he had for $3. Look at this. Buster Crab. Holy moly. Number 4. Is that not killer? Oh man. I mean, if you dig Golden Age sci-fi, and you gotta love this as much as I do. This is the Lev Gleason version of Buster Crab, which was kind of more reprinty type stuff, I think. But very cool. His 3 greatest adventures, it says. Look at that Buster Crab action. I love anytime you got the breathing apparatus. I love that sci-fi kind of kitsch kind of stuff. Super cool. The all-American hero, it says. So that was my Golden Age portion. Absolutely killing it. Loved every minute of it. And then you guys may remember from my last haul, there was a dealer that he's historical. I'm not going to say he's hard to deal with, but he usually only comes down like a couple of bucks. So you could have a handful of stuff, and if it all comes out to $52, he might let you have it for $50 if you ask. But if you buy one book at a time, he's a little actually more forgiving, because basically he's willing to come down $1 or $2 when on your total. So if you bring him one book, he might come down $1 or $2. Then you can bring him another book. Then you bring another. But real nice guy. Always has a great collection. I bought some stuff from him at Frankfurt Con. And this was the guy who had the Aquaman 37. And there it was. I couldn't leave without it. And he gave it to me for half price. Now, half the value, it was already, I mean, I'm looking at this. To me, as it stands, it's probably an 8.5 or a 9.0 and has no color breaking creases. None. So I can press this and I believe I can get it to a 9.2 or a 9.4. And if I can do that, I might go ahead and slab it because I just absolutely love the way it looks. Aquaman 37. And I came to the guy literally with 5 minutes left of the convention and I said, man, I went to bed for the last 2 nights dreaming about this book. Would you take? And I offered him half price and he said, for you, I will. And I ran to the door. Security was pushing me out. So that's my haul. That's my story. I hope y'all enjoyed that. We had all these great books, just amazing deals throughout. Just did so well on Golden Age this time, and you know, silly stuff with Batman and Wonder Woman, Golden Age. I mean, what a day for Golden Age books for me, and a whole convention. I've never picked up this many Golden Age books in a single convention. If you combine the 2 days, I think I had somewhere like 12 Golden Age books or something crazy like that. That's never happened to me before. So it was a great convention for Golden Age and a great convention overall. Thank you, Lexington Comic Con, Comic and Toy Convention, for putting this on again. You know, they skipped last year. That's why all our tags say 2020. But 2021 was a huge hit for me and I had a great time. It was great to meet everybody and to hang out with friends and have a good time. So we'll do it all again next year, everybody. Come on down to Lexington. Be my guest if you're buying. All right. We'll catch you next time on BUB'S World. So remember to, where's the camera here? All right. To read a comic and don't apologize for the glare. Bye-bye.